2011 kept the Jamestown Fire Department busy with 225 incidents. That's 82 fewer than in 2010, however. The Jamestown Sun reports that the Jamestown Fire Department's annual report shows a significant decrease in losses due to fire from 2010 to 2011. The report estimates a loss of just over $380,000 in 2011. In 2010, that number was close to $1 million. The report also says increased building in the south part of town has the fire department considering adding another fire station in a few years. The proposed station would be built in 2015 and would cost just under $900,000. Well, North Dakota is rich with oil, but it's not worth as much as oil from other parts of the country. Oil coming from Texas and Colorado is selling for more than $100 a barrel, while oil from North Dakota is selling for around $80. Vice President and Chief Operations Officer for Geo Resources, Robert Anderson, says the reason is the infrastructure in North Dakota. Simply put, oil can more easily and efficiently be transported from wells in other states, and that makes it cheaper. Anderson says the building of a pipeline and increased rail use would help make North Dakota oil worth more in the future. Last year's flooding Souris River still has many Minot residents living in trailers provided by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, but Governor Jack Dalrymple has a plan for those trailers when they are no longer needed by Minot residents. He says the trailers should go to American Indian reservations when Minot residents have other housing available to them again. Dalrymple says he will ask President Barack Obama to have the trailers sent to the Fort Berthold and Turtle Mountain reservations, as housing is needed on both reservations. Well, weather hasn't been anything to complain about recently. To tell us what we can expect this Easter weekend, we turn to Jessica Gulseth. Jessica?
Thanks, Caleb. Today was the warmest day of this week, with a high of 64 degrees. Tonight, warmer than most nights have been this week, with a low of about 42 degrees. Tomorrow should be much like today, with a high in the mid to upper 60s, and then later in the evening, as it cools down, we'll start to see a few clouds form, and then the rain will begin to fall. Saturday, the clouds will stick around, as will the rain. Only expect a high of 50. Sunday, a few showers with a high in the mid 40s. The first part of next week will be cooler as well as dry, with a high between 45 and 50 degrees. Wednesday, however, we could see some showers. Looking at the weekend rain and next week's cool temperatures really makes me appreciate days like today and tomorrow. So, if you didn't get the chance to enjoy the beautiful day of today, I hope you get the chance to do so tomorrow. That's all the weather for tonight. Now back to you, Caleb.
Thanks, Jessica. Well, North Dakota's oil patch will be the subject of a film documentary set to be released later this year. Ann McElhenney is visiting cities around the state next week in hopes of finding the best locations to film her documentary, Frack Nation. She says the documentary is a response to an anti-fracking movie by Josh Fox entitled Gasland. She claims Fox's movie lacked science and truth and instead focused on emotion. McElhenney hopes to release the documentary prior to the November election. Well, both Jimmy golf teams are doing quite well so far this year. Matt Balshaw is in with those details.
Oh, dang it. On Jimmy Sports News, you ready? Okay. Okay. On Jimmy Sports News, the second half of the Dakota Athletic Conference golf season teed off yesterday in Dickinson. The Jimmies won all three conference meets during the fall half of the season and hold on to a commanding lead over Dickinson State and Valley City State in the team rankings. The Jimmies have three of the top four individually ranked players, with Brad Quest at number 1, Tommy Rakis is ranked 2nd, and Cameron Hunter is in 4th. Jack Bitts is ranked 10th and Jake Bauer sits at number 11. The women's golf team are ranked number 1 with 2 individuals who are individually ranked. Freshman Kelsey Ross holds the number 1 spot with 1 win and 2 seconds in 3 conferences, and teammate Tracy Gustafson, who also notched a win in the fall, is ranked 2nd. The 2-day Dickinson State Invitational began Wednesday and will conclude today. Both rounds will be played at Hart River Golf Course. On baseball news, the Jimmies, who are currently 18-11-11, are playing Mayville State in a doubleheader this weekend. The softball team are also in action against Mayville State, trying to improve on their 15-12 record. That's the sports wrap for today. Back to you, Caleb.
Thanks, Matt, and thank you for tuning in this 5th day of April 2012. I'm Kaleb Hruby. Please tune in again next week for more news, weather, and sports as we continue connecting the campus with the community. Good night.